Hello! Alright, let's go through the defense replays. That's the last thing for this week. What did I want to say again? Not a lot of changes. Just a few. Well, because it's no longer water season, Ira has been kicked out. Although, I guess you could still run her. You know, you can take the score loss and run her nonetheless. It's fine. Let me turn on animations, actually. This first fight is actually really good, so I'm gonna definitely turn on animations for it because this Ike is insane, man. In terms of just being really bulky. Outside of that, his biggest problem, he doesn't do enough damage. If you're able to find a way to outsource more true damage to this Ike, I think he'll be even better. But in terms of survivability, he's pretty tanky. Really, again, glad that his bonus season is over. Really glad. But yeah, good support, very good support with the stone terrain because it means I don't know how much damage reduction there is with the stone and the Lagoos and the just Ike being Ike. It's a lot of damage reduction that he has, and it makes him really, really. It's an interesting merge project for a potential +10, but I just don't like the fact that he leaves so many units around. His killing power is a real problem, man. He just, as you'll see here, like he misses a ton of kills, and the units are just able to keep going, and because of that, he's not gonna get chipped down. That's not what happens here. Well, I guess he does kind of get chipped down, but his failure to secure the kill is really the main reason that they were not successful with this particular strategy here. And you'll see that in the as this match plays out. So yeah, Ira isn't bonus, so I had to drop her because one, she wouldn't have gotten the bonus HP, and two, it would have affected my score had I taken a loss. So that's why Edelgard is here, because she's a good unit, and you'll see her do this over and over again. The rally and turn and then move again. You'll see her do that quite a bit, which is one of the reasons I really love her in this particular season, partnered with Ather, because she gets so much support from that, and also she offers so much support with the sabotage mid-turn. And it really swings matchups more in the favor of my defense. That's why Micaiah was able to survive Ike, or a lot of the other units have been able to survive, his onslaught this long because of that. Athos here, unfortunately, just not doing any damage, and I think he dies in this interaction here. So this was the one unit that actually got butt whooped. There we go, 62. Interesting that he didn't survive on that particular go around because a lot of his damage reduction is on the first hit, so, and he lived the other one, so again, interesting. But here is the main problem for Ike. We got the birds pop out, and yeah, she does it, man. She is the solution to this Ike problem. And that is why I added her to the mix, because I learned from the previous week's defense replays that this Ike is still a problem. So I needed to have a counter to him. Edelgard is really the one who's supposed to do the job there, but she can't reach because of some warp shenanigans, warp blocking shenanigans from what's the Neathauger. So she isn't able to really reach the spot. Either that, or she just doesn't like, because from there she could have walked down. No, she wasn't getting in front of Micaiah, so she wouldn't have been able to reach Ike to then cause mayhem that way. But GG's, that was a really good attempt. But I personally would have ran all the way away once the bird popped out. That was gonna be the unit that took out Ike, or pretty much any frontliner. Not a lot of, even Sita, like my Sita dies consistently to that bird. She terrifies me. I'm so afraid of that bird unit. And it's not even the problem that she KOs when she attacks. If you survive her, she is very tanky. Like, it's really hard to take her out, and if she has a follow-up, you're probably gonna die. So yeah, since it's no longer water season, Ira had to be dropped, and then also Crom had to be dropped because Crom was in the surprise slot. So he was in the pop-up mechanic, and I had to take him out since it doesn't work if the unit isn't... If the season is wrong, then the unit has to be properly blessed to be in the bonus slot. So Ike had to go... not Ike. Crom had to go. Legendary Crom had to go. This is actually one of the bonuses or benefits of Ratatoskr being bonus this season. It means that Edelgard can't warp in. So they've been... A lot of opponents have taken advantage of the grass terrain to stop Edelgard from doing Edelgard shenanigans, but unfortunately Micaiah is... again, the sabotage is a big help to Micaiah. Dies here, which is understandable, but the sabotage is a big help to allow Micaiah to do a ton of damage in a lot of these combats where she typically would have just done things or nothing at all. But one of the main problems as well is that I'm running Glimmer, which means that the special is proccing. If I were to take the Glimmer off, and if I could find a way to run something like Astra, or even if I had Frost Moon, a lot more Neathogers would have died. But yeah, Sabotage debuff really helps out a ton. Interesting strategy here with the Vantage playstyle with Bernadetta. You're gonna see something happen that I was a little bit confused about. I guess there just wasn't enough debuffs, but then also Edelgard is there, so I don't know what happened really, but yeah, it just didn't make a ton of sense. You're gonna see it in a little bit. Yeah, Bird dies to Bow. Not a surprise there. I was really close to giving her the neutralized flyer effectiveness, IO'd shield in her slot instead of I think I gave her Excel. Speed in this, yeah, that's what I gave her. Got hit by the trap here, and then this is what I was mentioning here. I guess there just weren't enough debuffs. Well, no, they should have been. There's a sabotage. Neathogger has Vantage support from Bernadetta. She has Paranoia, so I'm surprised that she didn't Vantage kill Athos here. Yeah, that was the thing that I was talking about. I was surprised that... I don't remember if she had Hardy Bearing, so maybe that was the issue. But that one KO was enough to get us the win here. And also, they're just not getting through at this point. With the units aligned how they are. Yeah, that one was... I don't remember if that Neathogger had Hardy Bearing. That's probably why she didn't get the Vantage off. But I don't see why you would run Hardy Bearing if you're running that Vantage playstyle on Neathogger, so maybe she did. I don't know what happened there, but Gatog, Athos got to attack first and blew up Neathogger. We see a lot of these. I'm probably just going to click through these. Where they try to snipe Neathogger and it just doesn't work. Because Sethith is just that great. You really would need some type of feud support to get through this, or just blue feud in general to get through this. Even Legendary Crom struggles here because Sethith is amazing. Still not able to be replaced. We take out 6 units here, but it's pretty... they didn't really do much. Kind of gave up, I want to say, at some point, so there's really not much that I'll show. I'll probably skip this at some point. Yep, Rhea with support, just unkillable. Unkillable, man. I think having feud, colorless feud, is a really good pickup right now. Fiddle Smoke is nice, but the colorless feud is really the best way to go in terms of taking out Rhea, because you don't want her to get any support, like none of the support at all. And I think she loses the miracle effect. I don't remember, I could be wrong, but I think she loses the miracle effect if she isn't able to, if she is hit with feud. So that's really what you want there instead of the miracle. And also you get stats from colorless feud as well. You get a +4, a -4, a 4 stat swing, but not a lot of units have colorless feud. So what do you do? What do you do? Xander has it, but don't fodder your Xander. Xander is very good. And then, yeah, we started to get a ton of Lin teams, or at least a few of them, and just, it's not going to happen. It's not happening. It's not. I would have been surprised if it did happen, but it's just not going to happen. Maybe if they had Embla or something, you know, because I'm not running Freya, I'm running Micaiah, so you are able to overwhelm Micaiah with negative status effects to get through that way. But just Lin on her own, it's not going to work. Yeah, and also I'm running Hardy Bearing. Am I running Hardy Bearing? I think I'm running Hardy Bearing because of Yunaka. Because of Yunaka. So yeah, it's not gonna work. Interesting how the meta swings between running Hardy Bearing and not having to run Hardy Bearing. The last time that we were forced to do this was with Winter Byleth, I want to say, and Bernadetta's, or
behave yourself.
Fjorm. I didn't have that problem with Bernadetta and Fjorm. I just outsped her, or ran Deflect Missile, or just increased the bulk of my unit, because at a certain point Bernadetta was just not able to KO. But we're back in a Hardy Berry meta. It's pretty much a requirement to run the seal on defense on your saves, because Yunaka is a thing. Unless you're gonna have like some type of, unless she has a sweep effect. Yo, oh, he's bonus next week. Or, yeah, that's not good, because it means that it's not gonna be easy to outspeed her with the bonus stats. And they can change her build. I'm not gonna think about it. We're just gonna hope that it's, we're just gonna hope that we don't get wrecked by too many Yunakas. I forgot that she would get the bonus stats, because it means well, Fjorm loses the speed check, and Fjorm is typically my go-to in the Yunaka matchup, but if she loses the speed check, then it's just not going to work out, which means I have to run Hardy Bearing. But then if they run Wind Sweep, then the Hardy Bearing doesn't matter. Unless you're a dragon, of course. I guess you could run Nagi. Nagi is a good tech option. I don't remember who told me. Someone said, Triangle Adept Nagi, which actually is Galaxy Brain, because Nagi has advantage over colorless unit, weapon triangle advantage over colorless units. So it means that she does a lot better into a matchup like Yunaka. She takes a lot less damage. So Nagi, again, you can pop her out. Halloween Nagi, you can pop her out. Even probably maybe not the, if you have Shield Fighter, I guess it could work. Just regular Nagi could work as well. I'm not sure if Perfect Attack Speed is the best skill on Felix, but then I guess if he's not getting doubled, then it doesn't. I think Excel is probably better on him, but if he's not getting doubled, then I guess it doesn't matter. He's just going to get a ton of damage reduction either way. Elamine without her Refine here. I think her Refine is actually really good, so, but he didn't like it. Even though Brave Support, not liking it. I found that he did not do well against Rhea at all. Like, even with Brave Support from my testing, he did not do well against Rhea in the slightest. Whereas Seliph, legendary Brave Seliph, did a fantastic job against Rhea because of her bulk and the fact that he scales off. He's just going to keep hitting harder and harder against armored. He's like I think we're going to get a B skill that will eventually fix all of his problems. I don't know when it will be, but Momentum is not it, because Rhea has Scowl, and that kind of makes it impossible for him to trigger his special, the double Scowl. So there'll be a B skill that would eventually fix all of Brave Seliph's problems, and he'll be meta once that skill comes out. But for now, I don't know. It's kind of hard to use him. Kind of difficult. Another Lin. Nothing happened here. Eventually what they all do is keep swapping, trying to figure it out, but nothing happens. So that's why I'm not really playing these. Also, just to keep this from going over time. What was I talking about before? There was something that I wanted to mention. Before I started talking about Felix. I can't remember. I guess it wasn't important. So, anyways, I think I'm gonna commit to, like, just putting aside like 10 to 15 minutes every day for the rest of the year to see if I can like pick up Spanish or like pick back up Spanish. It's one of the, well, I did it in high school, and it's one of the language that I really love Spanish. I love Spanish. I love Japanese. Hearing the dialect, I like to hear it be spoken. French, I've never really been drawn to it. And I don't know, those are just the main ones that come to my mind. But Spanish is actually one that I've started with. So I want to see if I can pick it back up, and I don't know, pick up some more phrases, I guess. I still remember like a few things. That's one of the Spanish exam that I keep thinking about it. It was one of those, man, I have no idea what's going on, because you have, whenever you're doing linguistics, you have an oral portion as well. So you have written and speaking when you're doing an exam for a different language. And I was doing this was way back in high school, I was doing the speaking aspect, and I do not remember a single thing that happened. I had an out of body experience where I was just looking at myself, and I was looking at the person. And she was talking, and I think I was just there staring at her. I don't remember a single thing that happened. Yeah, so I have a terrible time speaking it fluently. I'm not fluent at all, but I can read it. It takes so much time for me to process. And they speak it so fast. If you're like a native speaker of a language, you don't realize how quickly you put together your words and formulate your sentences, as opposed to someone who's trying to learn that language. And that was like my main problem with learning another language. I feel like I need to level up. I feel like I'm not good enough, and I need to learn. I feel like everyone who knows how to speak more than one language is just automatically better. So that's one of the things that I want to do. Level up my Spanish just a little bit. I want to eavesdrop is essentially what I want to do, because I'm around a lot of people that speak Spanish. So I just want to eavesdrop on their conversation and see what's going on there. I want to pick up a few more words. And what I do is that, since I can't like figure out quickly enough, I can't process quickly enough what they're saying, I want to learn some more keywords so that I can context clues, figure out what's going on based off of that. So that is my plan for the rest of this year. Hopefully I actually stick to it. I tried listening to a 30-minute tutorial, and I was like, man, I just feel overwhelmed with information. And I just stopped. I stopped after like 10 minutes. So I don't know how much I can actually handle.
Behave yourself.
I got to a point with school where I was just like, man, after university, 23, I want to say, I was just done. I could not like deal with another moment of sitting in a classroom trying to learn something, doing another exam. Holy shit, I was so tired of exams. And I was like, man, I'm never doing any more of this school stuff. Think about it. You do 6 to 20, I don't know, 14 years of school, and some people still want to do more of it. Not fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this. As I said, Yunaka's bonus for next week. Don't know. I hope. Who's my fire save? I don't remember. I hope they're going to be able to survive. But yeah, look forward to that, man. GG's.